This would be really fun to put together, and I I made some changes since last night, but I put kind of a rough draft together, played a league, went 3-2, and had a ton of fun. Had a ton of fun. And so we're just gonna play a little bit, have a good time, see how it goes. I don't think we like, I certainly, feel very comfortable with the modern format. I used to play a ton of Legacy. I used to be primarily a Legacy player. I played Legacy at the only PT you could ever play Legacy at, and I did very well. But I haven't really been playing in like 8 months. I haven't picked up the format at all. And yeah, I guess a good stream for the Legacy Council to host, huh? Yeah. But I'm excited. I think this deck's gonna be really fun. The big idea here, that your big payoff, of course, is Buried Alive. You get to go like land grant, Dark Ritual, Buried Alive, get 3 Phoenixes on turn 1. But Demilich is also very powerful in these kind of decks, just because like you don't like Phoenix, you need to do something to put it in the yard and get it back. But any Demilich that you draw on turns you're going off, you just get to cast for 0 mana, and like potentially you get to go like, you potentially get to cast Buried Alive as the 4th spell of the turn, and they'll counter it, and then you'll just get to cast a Demilich or 2 from your hand, or from your graveyard, and overwhelm some counter spells that way. Pretty excited. Good morning, everybody. I think it's gonna be a good time. I know that I don't like really expect to do like super well with the deck, but I expect to have a good time. Yeah, get your bad decks in the chat, your unfollows in the chat. Nobody comes to Aspiring Spike's channel to have fun. We come here to find the good deck to play at the tournament on the weekend. Okay, so we can go turn 1 Thoughtseize, and then turn 2 Rite of Flame, Cabal Therapy ourselves. Lightning Bolt, that's probably a little underpowered. Let's go ahead and take a mulligan. Alright, I like this hand well enough. I think I'm going to keep it and put back the Phoenix. Only 3 Manamorphose seems wild. At 2 mana, the card can be a little awkward, I found last night. It was like, like it is a little slow at 2 mana sometimes. So I had 4 last night, ended up cutting a copy. Format hasn't changed that much. That's good to hear. I feel like I've been watching some content and feeling like the format's changed a lot from how I remembered it. Rite of Flame, double Darcy. I think I'll hold the flame. I like seeing a Windswept Teeth. Swords, Plowshares, Darcy, sure. Definitely need to draw a payoff very soon. Playing against Depths. I guess we just take a Green Sun Zenith, but they have two Reclaimers in their hand. Yeah, if we can draw a Buried Alive, we can do some stuff here. This is also probably a reasonable matchup. Oh, they have Wasteland. Although, are they going to Wasteland me? I guess not. So what I could do here is I could try to just surveil cards into the yard. I could just try to surveil Phoenixes into the yard. I don't think I should do that, but it's an option. Looting is interesting. I guess we can graveyard that for a little bit of value for next turn. Also Entomb. I thought about playing Entomb. Entomb might be good to play. They Wasteland my Taiga, and they drew another Wasteland. Their draw steps were Wasteland. Oh. Well, probably gonna lose this game. Oh, there's the Buried Alive. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, just some espresso. Alright. Probably taking a pretty quick L here. Let's go to game 2. Alright, so first thing first, I need to go to MTG Goldfish and see if Depths is playing ley lines on their sideboard because I am not in tune with Legacy at all. Looks like this list has Choke, Endurance. Endurance is pretty scary. So our best answer to it's probably Thoughtseize. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the Snuff Outs, I think. These seem to be good answers to cards like Reclaimer, Knight of the Reliquary. And I might want to play like the Scales Dryad Arbor. I think I'll play like one lightning or gut shot. Maybe trim on the Cabal Therapies. Yeah, I feel like the therapies aren't that good. I'll play like maybe the full 3 gut shots. Yeah, Endurance definitely a scary card to see. Yeah, I didn't end up playing the Jeskai Monkey deck, but that might be something I do play at some point. Go ahead and send this one back. Okay, this is an interesting hand. We have to keep. I guess showing my opponent my exact hand's a bit sus. Ritual Way. I think we put back the Rite of Flame. Yeah, these hands have definitely not been that powerful. Maybe the deck's just terrible. That's fine. No, I'm not playing any blue lands in the deck, which maybe is a bit too greedy. But we also have Manamorphose to, sometimes cast the Lich. It's been a bit of an awkward start. See what their turn 3 looks like. So here, if we can mill over Cabal Therapy or Looting with the Darcy, we can potentially get the Lich down. You just see what we hit off the Surveil. Snuff Out, that's an interesting one. Maybe I should have just waited a turn. I'll just keep the Snuff Out on top. Oh, I cut the therapies, that's right, yeah. I guess the gut shot was really bad there. They copy the Bayou. And then they have depths. Okay, well. Kind of an embarrassing start, huh? Kind of an embarrassing start. I did play a league off stream last night with the deck. Might be nonsense. I could have used my entire hand to try to mill a Phoenix, and then we're still just like dead. This hand is nuts. Definitely gonna keep this. One thing I don't like about this hand is that both Force of Negation and Force of Will exist now. So if we're gonna go Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapy, target them, name Force of Will. If they have Force of Negation, we're kind of screwed. Okay, looks like we're playing against Reanimator. What's exactly is the plan with Demilich? Flashback a Bolt? I mean, just play your powerful 0-mana spell, You go Dark Ritual. Buried Alive for 3 Phoenixes, I think. But also Cabal Therapy twice, but Cabal Therapy is not going to be great against their deck. Do I name Altar of Dementia? Could name Faithless Looting again. It's probably the card I'm most scared of. I guess I'm not gonna Hedron Crab next turn. I could name Stitcher Supplier. Stitcher Supplier is probably a good name first. I do spell Stitchers though. I did hit, awesome. And they also have an altar. So now I can go Buried Alive for 3 Phoenixes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can't. I thought I could Flashback Therapy to the Demilich. And then replay the Lich, but I'm actually one spell short. So I guess we'll just sack the Therapy to a Phoenix post combat. Alright, this is a good turn one, huh? Solid turn one. Okay, now do I want to make them discard their looting or their altar? Altar is currently not doing that much. Yeah, if they just go altar go next turn, they're dead. So let's go and discard their looting. Oh, and we get to exile their bridge this way too. Awesome. That was a good turn, huh? Yeah, turn 2 kill with like 2 therapies that hit. Oh, that's like maybe best possible off the top though. Into double Bloodghast. So they can chump block my Demilich. I think we start with looting. Just find lightning bolts, kill the supplier or Gutshot. Still have the so yeah, this is gonna give us our Phoenix back. Take their altar. Get the Phoenix back. Attack for 9. As bridge, mystery card. Alright, on the scoreboard, won a game. So they probably bring in ley lines. So we're gonna bring in Reverent Silence. As if you have a forest, you can cast the spell without paying its cost, destroys all enchantments, and they gain 6 life. Bring in the surgicals. I think I'm gonna cut the bolts and cut the. Or I guess I probably want to cut all therapies first. I don't know, I mean, therapy has like some interesting applications. You get to flash it back, play an extra spell. Cabal Therapy is also kind of good against bridge, right? Yeah, so we'll play 3 therapies. I don't think I want bolts. Is probe restricted in vintage, or is probe just banned everywhere? Okay, so we don't have our answer to Leyline, but we do have surgical. I think we're supposed to keep this. It may be Demilich on turn 1. It's restricted. Maybe makes sense. The card's like cracked in half. Yeah, hopefully we can. Yeah, I think we probably need to Demilich on turn 1 so we can flashback looting. Oh, sorry, flashback. Oh, we can't flashback surgical because of this thing. And then now we also through a land, so we can't land grants. Alright, I think I'm still gonna go Rite of Flame, looting. Oh, we drew Reverent Silence, but we don't have a forest in play. Don't have a forest, but we can go discard Mire, Ritual, land grants for forest for next turn. Rite of Flame, Demilich. And I really don't want to use my surgical this turn. I really want to save it for next turn so I can flash it back with the Demilich. Satyr Wayfinder. Guess if they have a Hogak, we're kind of screwed. They mill over Anger. It's a very scary card. But they just pass back. It's really good for us. Now we go player Forest, Reverent Silence. I think we surgical the Grave Crawlers first. Just surgical Grave Crawler Vengevine. Could maybe be good to surgical the Anger. Did trim a crawler. See, they boarded in 3 ley lines. They trimmed a Vengevine. Faithless Looting is very scary. Is your Grixis Darky deck still a thing? Grixis Darcy. I don't think I ever played Grixis Darcy. I know Jerry T's been kind of messing around with it. Yeah, I don't think I ever played Grixis Darcy. I've been like mostly on like blue red or black red. You can, I like Jerry T's list, although I think he plays way too many Snapcasters. Would have found Hogak. I guess we're pretty dead. Hogak has haste too. Yeah, we should be able to alternate cast Reverent Silence with Lich. Not that it really matters that much. We're gonna attack with the Hogak. They do. Yeah, we need to draw like Manamorphose, Buried Alive here or something. All right, down a game. Let's submit this. I did. Oh, that version. Right. I see. Yeah, the very light splash. Yeah, I don't really consider that deck to be Grixis. Just like very light splash and this first sideboard card in Luris. Gotta keep this hand. This hand's also, of course, soft to a ley line, but we have our own Surgical, we have Darcy, we have Thoughtseize, just to keep. They keep 7. They do have ley line. I think I'm gonna lead on Thoughtseize here. If I could take like Faithless Looting, maybe their hand's gonna be kind of weak. Bone Shards. I'm just gonna take the Seder Wayfinder. And they just have no enablers. They drew a 1-drop. It's brutal. What is this? How is my opponent possibly tanking on anything here? I don't understand how my opponent can be tanking on literally anything right now. We know that like this is their yeah, oh, Cabal Therapy. Okay, that makes sense. That's the card to tank on. Yeah. They're still tanking. They name Reverent Silence. I feel like Reverent Silence doesn't make any sense to name since we didn't fetch a forest on turn 1 and like they had the ley line. Okay, so let's go. I guess I don't really need to surveil. Oh, revealing my hand's kind of bad though. Against the Cabal Therapy in the yard. I'm just gonna looting here. Hope to find Reverent Silence. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna discard my creatures. And then when I draw Reverent Silence, I'm gonna get Phoenixes in play. They saw my hand. Well, they saw my hand from the. They saw my hand from the land grant. How did they see my hand already? Besides that, they saw. Oh, they saw from the Cabal Therapy. Right. Sorry. Da. Okay. I guess I Surgical Cabal Therapy. They're gonna name Surgical. And now they get either Rite of Flame or Buried Alive. Obviously, should have draw step this. Maybe I should have just let them take the Surgical. Probably named Buried Alive, right? Weird game. AL Source Writer. We have Reverent Silence as an out to ley line. As if you have a forest, you can pay without paying its cost. You can also just cast Demiliches or Phoenixes, right? We have 3 Reverent Silence in the deck. So they have Bone Shards to probably fire it off here. Discard Marsh Flats. Alright, it's not a bad draw. I played Demilich Phoenix yesterday, and the deck has no entries for enchantments like Rip and Trenches on life. Do you have thoughts how to make the better in those matchups? I mean, you can play like Spell Snare. But you just get like, I think you're just gonna have to take the L, right? Like, you know, you are a linear deck. The Phoenix deck that in Modern is a super duper linear deck, and I think that you're just gonna have to accept that you're not gonna be able to beat like a deck that is full of dedicated hate pieces like Enchantress. And trying, if you're gonna play a linear deck like Phoenix, trying to beat everything is a really good way to lose percentage points in matchups that actually matter. Right, I'm just gonna keep passing. We could just, you know, use our whole hand to put a Demilich in play, but I don't want to just like fire off Surgical for no value. Yeah, just trying to beat everything is a really good way to lose percentage points in matchups like that matter. Is the Prowess Demilich linear as well? It is also linear, but it is also, you know, a bit more resilient to graveyard hate. So there's that, you know. Oh, they can just like fetch to get their Bloodghast back. What a weird game. What a weird game. There's Reverent Silence. I guess I fire that. Oh, they could actually draw another leyline and hard cast it though. They've already used 2 Cabal Therapies and a Thoughtseize. Maybe wait. But now if we can draw like another Buried Alive, Faithless Looting, Demilich, I'm feeling pretty good. Would love to see them hardcast another leyline. You just drew a Phoenix. I guess I'm just gonna cast that. Oh, and I should probably Reverent Silence because my opponent they have Bone Shards in their deck. Alright, that's like their best possible draw. They've also had like infinite time to find one of those. Yeah, I know Silence would have been better before the Rite of Flame. It also exiled the Rite of Flame, that's right. Yeah. Discard Leyline of the Void and Swamp. Kind of surprised they discarded Leyline because it's like decent to hardcast. Maybe they have a Hogak in their hand. I guess they would just discard that. Their hand must be good, I guess is what I'm saying. Did another Supplier, build over their last Leyline. Right, so if we can draw exactly Buried Alive this turn, I think we've got a chance. Is it within him and she turns to split a league? I guess so, probably, yeah. Is he Jerry T's Grixis Darcy deck? I did, yeah. I think it's cool. Obviously, you know, you have to feel like that deck is better than both the red-black deck and probably the blue-red Murktide deck, but I think it's got potential. I think it's playing way too many Snapcasters, though. It's like my main critique of the deck. Uh-oh. Oh, I needed a Surgical Bridge there. Just an experience in the format. Dead. I'm gonna look at this. This hand's very good. Yeah, Jerry T posted the list to Twitter. I like Jerry T a lot. I thought about trying to mess around with a different variant of it, or just try to make the changes I'd want to make. Might do that at some point. All right, so they've got Eye of Ugin, Glimmer Post, Karn the Great Creator, Endbringer, Thought Not, Thought Not. They're gonna have 6 mana next turn, so they can Endbringer. We just have to take Karn though. I think that we go Phoenix Demilich in the yard. This way Darcy has Delirium for the attack. Then we can Demilich post combat. Yeah, it's also I agree that Jerry T. Oh wait, I don't have a 4th spell. Oh, that's a huge punt. I mean, we still just have 9 points of power in play next turn. That was a big punt. Yeah, I also feel like Death Shadows. If you're gonna be Grixis and you're gonna be playing like this shell, I agree that you probably just want to be playing. They drew all as dust. That's so brutal. They have Thought Not Seer, so I think I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to make blue, which is weird. Oh man, I should have left the Badlands up. It's mono mistakes, huh? Humble modern streamer tries modern or legacy for the first time. And the All is Dust is brutal top deck. It's like that's like the only thing that gets them out of it, right? Is just that All is Dust. Yeah, so if we can draw Looting or Manamorphose into another spell next turn, we can win. Ugin? They didn't have enough mana for Ugin that turn. It would have been 1 short from Ugin. Okay, so let's bring in these Ancient Grudges. We just got 2 bolts. If we lose this one, we'll just go switch back to modern, I think. I guess they might have Leyline. It's probably worth to play the Reverent Silences. Because we just are like so cool to Leyline. They do have Leyline, yeah. Problem with Legend seems to be the 4/3 ground body isn't really relevant. I mean, 0 mana 4/3s have a hard. I mean, surely that's relevant, right? Snuff Out? Snuff Out's interesting. Feels like maybe we're over sideboarding though, if we playing Snuff Out in. That's pretty close. We don't have any sideboard cards though. I'm a bit worried about Leyline. Also, the hand needs to draw a land in like the top 4. Need to take a mulligan. Yeah, we have Reverent Silence. We can probably keep this. How do I feel about Red Black Monkey? We're gonna play some of it later today. Feel pretty good about it though. Well, I'm glad I mulliganed to a hand that has Reverent Silence in it, huh? And they had turn 1 Chalice. Well, our hand was like basically perfect against theirs. Drew Grim Monolith, which is pretty good. I don't want to wait a turn here. See, I have 1 more card in my hand. They have a Suva their tomb. They drew another spell, another Grim Monolith. Reverent Silence kind of bad against Ancient Tomb. Oh boy. Buried Alive is like a really sick draw. We might not. We need a ritual to be able to cast it this turn. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go Grudge this turn. The next turn will probably go Buried Alive, and then try to set up for a Buried Alive turn. You just Buried Alive pass. Yeah, that could have been better. I think it was maybe better to just go for the ritual though. Here we could go looting pass. I think we're going to looting. Okay, so now next turn we get to go. I guess we still just need to find a ritual, huh? And they also have a lot of time to top deck something big. Qualifies as something big. Alright, well, I appreciate you joining me on this fun experiment. I know it didn't go very well. I had a lot of fun playing the deck last night. Gonna move on to some modern. I've got updated red black. Nothing.